Welcome back to Taronga TV, and thank you for your incredible generosity to support our little penguins. Now, Taronga is Sydney's only not-for-profit zoo, and the 4,000 animals that are in our care, you coming through that gate helps us really look after them. We really thank you for that. Now, you've answered our call, and we wanted to give you a very exclusive VIP behind the scenes today. And I'm with keeper Ellie, and she's going to tell us loads about these incredible little creatures. Ellie, welcome.
Thank
and can you tell us and share with us as much information as you can for our wonderful, wonderful supporters?
Sure.
How many have you got here at the moment?
We have 45 little penguins here at Taronga at the moment. So they're split into two groups. They're actually all spending time together at the moment because we're in lockdown. So we do actually have them split usually. We usually have a smaller population. So there's 12 in that population, and they're all the young birds and non-breeding birds. And then all the ones that are on this side are our breeding group. So we usually have 33 here and then 12 on the other side.
So you may have seen lots of different penguin species in documentaries or maybe on your travels around the world. These little guys are very unique to Australia. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure, I can. So little penguins are the only penguin species to breed in Australian waters, and they're found all along the southern coastline of Australia. So north of Sydney, all the way down the coastline of New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, South Australia, and even as far as Fremantle in Western Australia. And you can actually see them out in the harbour, which makes it pretty special as well.
That's pretty incredible. Out in Sydney Harbour, just behind us, you can see our little penguins. Sometimes on a really, really quiet night, you can also hear them, can't you?
Yeah, they're pretty loud.
This area where we're sitting here, folks, is not open to our normal day guests. So this is a very, very exclusive area. This is where the team will give them they get 2 feeds a day, Ellie?
Yes, they do. So one pretty much as soon as we get out onto section here at Marine, and then this is their second feed for the day.
Okay, so behind the cameras here and behind the scenes, we've got some other keepers taking some really important data. Who's getting what, how many different individuals have taken fish. How do you tell them apart? That'd be a question I'm sure is on everyone's lips.
Yeah, great question, because they all, as you can see, look very similar. Most of them have coloured leg bands, and that's how we tell them apart. So I'll see if I can see who this is here. So this guy has 2 black leg bands on each foot. His name's Gorgonzola, so that's how we can ID him. So unless they have some other characteristic that sets them apart, we have a couple. We have one that only has 1 foot, so his name's Billy, so we can pretty easily tell him apart. But the rest of them all have coloured leg bands, and that's how we can tell.
Now the names, folks, I think is something that not a lot of people would know, and I want to ask Ellie a little bit about that. The Marine team are quite an exceptional team across the zoo here. A lot of the birds are named after cheese one year, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. So that was breeding season before last season. We've had lots of penguins over the years, and it becomes quite difficult to come up with lots of different names. And then it also helps us remember how old they are. So the cheeses, for example, are coming around to 2 years old now.
And how many different cheeses are there?
Oh, okay, so we've got, and test my memory now, we've got Gorgonzola, we've got Parmesan, Gouda, Bocconcini, Halloumi, Feta, it's quite a few.
And what were some of the other sort of groups of names that you gave them?
So we've had vegetables, so we've got quite a few different vegetables. We've got lettuce, tomato, okra. We've also had alcohols. So that was quite a while ago now. We only have 1 bird left from that season. Her name's Bacardi.
How long do they live in the wild?
Yeah, great question. So on average, it's around 9 years old. Obviously, they've got lots of predators out in the wild, and they have to hunt for their food. So they've got lots of different challenges that they face. Our oldest here, Bacardi, is 21. So
21?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
That's quite an age,
quite
isn't it?
Quite a good effort, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you love working with them, Ellie? Because
I love it.
That's one of the things that I think people would love to hear a little bit about as well. Your journey and how you got to do what you're doing.
Yeah, so this is definitely a dream job for me, dream come true. So when I realised that this is something that I wanted to do, I studied here at Taronga, and then I just tried to get as much volunteer experience as possible. So I volunteered here and a couple other zoos around Sydney as well, and then I was lucky enough to get a position here eventually.
Ellie, it's been fantastic to be here with you today. Thank you so much.
No
this
worries,
is not
thank
something
you.
that a lot of people get a chance to see, and we just want to thank you again for the incredible support and the generosity from everyone out there to help our beautiful animals here at Taronga. Our wildlife hospitals, both here at Taronga and at Taronga Western Plains, all the incredible work that we do in over 60 different projects around the world. You help us support, and we can't thank you enough for that. As we said, coming through the gate is an incredible donation from you, but all the things that you've done for us today really do add up, and we really thank you for that. You never know what's around the next corner on Taronga TV, and this is Taronga VIP TV, exclusive for you, and thank you again for your incredible generosity and support. Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you, Hayden.